It's almost 5:15. We don't have a quorum. I do have a proposal. Um,
Of course.
if we cannot attend, first of all, a recap of what is happening, both for the petitioners who are here and online. Bruce, feel free to raise your hand if you have any comments or questions. In fact, I'm just gonna take off the security measures because
Is Marlene with us tonight?
no.
Okay, so even if we hadn't changed our rule.
No, but so a
You
few
still have a
things.
quorum.
Few things first. Bruce and um, I'm so sorry, and Leslie, your COA's time for evaluation is almost up. What this means is that you get a COA, Bruce gets a COA.
Yep.
No discussion.
Yep.
So you can breathe easily. I'll talk to you later. I need to speak to legal what the exact parameters of the COA that we will be giving you, because there have been modifications throughout this process to both applications, but you will have something if we do not have quorum in the next minute or so. The other thing is, Daniel, your case holds until the next meeting. However, I understand you have need to move the project along.
I'm just trying to get like a feeling of what's possible.
So
Because you have very different opinions.
So there are various opportunities. We can meet today as an unofficial meeting where no decisions can be made, but comments can be, comments are possible. And we can also, and something that I think is very important we haven't had time to do is talk about the fun stuff, the good stuff. This the part of what gives life and joy to this community, and part of your like the lighter part of your responsibilities, but just as important and pressing as any other. So let me know how everybody feels. I understand that 5 p.m. is never the funnest time for anybody. If you want to wait a few more minutes, I'm gonna leave this to you.
And you're doing the fencing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. About the garage. Yeah.
Okay, sorry for interrupting the chat. Chatter.
Well, I'm good if we want to talk, if we just want to do some discussion while we're here, if that's amenable to everybody else.
Yes.
I don't know what everybody else's schedule is like, but, if we want to talk about the topics that Laura's talking about, we can. I know one of them we gotta look at is when we'll do our retreats. Cause that we've gotta get in sometime, and we still haven't done our roofing stuff.
Yeah, so
So we have topics.
So I'm wondering because we already are at a meeting that was convened, but we can't have vote. Maybe this is a question for Chris. Hi, Chris. Let me make you a co-host. I apologize for that. Things are. But
Hi.
Hi. So my question for you is, can the HPC members here give the petitioner, one of the active petitioners, feedback without a vote on a project, or whether it's better to leave that to staff tomorrow?
It's better to leave it with staff.
Okay.
The trick becomes whether you're doing any official functions or any business as a board without a quorum, and you can go, like you said, you can give staff reports and things like that. I think some of the soft stuff, but I would steer away from doing anything that's like formal board actions.
Sounds good. Well, Daniel, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to give you any feedback right now, just due to the formalities of open door laws.
Can you give me the perspective tomorrow from you and what the commissioners are saying then? Because I don't know how to frame.
It's in the. I put my recommendations in the packet, okay. And we can talk about that.
Recommendations to me.
Yeah.
Right, but I told you I hadn't talked to Gloria yet, so we did talk.
Okay, so the packet is reflective of both.
Yep.
Well,
That's why
it's reflective of like staff recommendations. The HPC was going to give you their recommendations through the formal proceedings if we had a quorum, but unfortunately, that's not the case, and that is not on you at all. That is, but if you want to, I can arrange a meeting to talk with Jackie and yourself and the planners and figure out like something that would work really well for planning for you and for HP, and if it can be relegated to a staff review in that sense, because it is, then
No, that works for me.
we can talk tomorrow.
It's just hard to design without information.
Yeah, no, I get it. And thank you so much for your patience for both of you. Thank you, Bruce. I will be emailing you tomorrow.
Good luck with
Have a
that
good
fence.
evening, everybody.
I like your choice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was Gloria. She gave me some good suggestions.
Okay,
Thank you. Have a good night.
thanks,
Are we
Daniel.
meeting tomorrow still? You said tomorrow and then you.
Call me. Yeah, just call me, and if you want to, I would need to set up a meeting. Like I don't know everybody's schedule, but call me and we'll figure it out. And if I don't call you back, email. I'm actually responding faster to emails than phone calls right now.
And how long does staff approval work if we take, or how long does it take if we go that route?
A staff approval
Like a
usually takes between 3 to 5 days, 2 to yeah,
Okay.
depending on the day.
I gotta dig by the 15th, so
Okay.
I got a little time. I can get another one of these meetings if I need to, so.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks, Daniel, again.
Well, take care.
Thank
You
you.
too. All right, Gloria.
Okay, so I just want to let's just skip to the very last pages of this. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
I just wanted to share some nice things and make sure that we're all aware of some of the cool stuff that's going on at a commissioner level. That would be great for you. So, yeah, our very own Elizabeth Mitchell.
She's doing directing and filming and stuff.
She's been working on this for years, and she's gotten so much historic preservation funding, and she's been working on this avidly, and we are all welcome, invited to spread the word. I was actually gonna print out a few of these flyers, but didn't have time for it. But yeah,
Well,
so
put them in their next meeting, Gloria.
yeah,
Because
reviving.
that's not gonna be until August.
Yeah, Reviving the West Baden Colored Church, A Labor of Love, is a documentary. This building was on the most endangered list of Indiana a few years ago, and it's been restored through like a monumental community effort. So, yeah, and she's been documenting the process all along and editing it herself as well. So this is the second documentary that she works with and edits, and she's already has additional projects lined up.
She's off and running with them.
On that note, I also wanted to, I think this is a good time to more formally announce that Bloomington and the Monroe County History Center and Elizabeth Mitchell worked together to apply for the Historic Preservation Fund grant, and we received it for the updating for soft costs for the updating of our African American historic buildings assets. So basically a survey of the West Side Historic District, a resurvey of, because it's such a massive National Register historic district, and to update and like beef up the African American walking tour. It's supposed to be from 2023 to 2025, and I'm still waiting to hear back from the state for the first meetings to start getting the ball rolling on on the budgetary and practical side of that, just getting the ball rolling on the project. So that's a very, very beautiful project we have going on. I may have mentioned this before, but also for May Historic Preservation Month for 2024, we also got, I also applied for the IU Cinema Creative Collaborations, have been working with Alexander, I forget how do I say her last name?
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Oh,
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
currently working with the School of Architecture, with some other architecture professors at Columbus, to host the Muppet movie and the Greenest Building for May Historic Preservation Month, but it's actually going to be in April because IU doesn't have anyone in May. So, and then we'll be figuring out some collaborative effort. That's still a while to come. Then, let me see what else. There's a lot. First meeting of the, of the Roofing Creative Material Subcommittee is to be held on August 8th at 3 p.m. here in the Lemon Room, which is the small room over there. And I already put a reminder to put a public notice various days before. So that is also going to be happening. Oh, and our very own John Saunders has been featured in the New York Times today for his work as a realtor, for getting a house for some lovely couple, and a lovely couple, and
They're sweet.
and yeah, so New York, Bloomington made the news in a very lovely and positive way today. It's the type of feature that just gives a bit of hope, and just when the rest of the news is a lot. Let me see what else. So, other items to discuss. There are some workshops and conferences hosted by different organizations in the state that are coming up. I've had a couple of commissioners who are interested, so I'm working with applying for we've been getting, since I started working here, every year getting scholarships for commissioners to go to different to the
Conferences.
PHP conference and the commissioners conference at state level. So we've been getting that consistently. We're working on this one as well. The camp conference will be online this year, so all of that counts to continuing education. I think that as many of us should try to get these yearly educations as possible, even with our own, working on our own retreat, just so that we can hear and see what other organizations are doing. So that all of that stuff is coming up. I will continue sending emails and reminders, and those who can, those who can't, but the more we can, the better, as we are legally required to have a majority of commissioners following up with every single year, have some sort of continuing education. Yeah, just so that we are up to date with everything. And
I've got to do it
I know.
legally. So
Me too.
I do it every year.
yeah, your AIA credits or licensing credits.
Yeah, I tailor a good chunk of that every year towards historic preservation. So it's fun.
Well, I wish we
What about
did
the
that.
link that you just sent this afternoon?
Yes. So
That's what I'm excited about.
this afternoon, we received an invitation to host. Let me pull up that email because this looks really fun, and I think we can definitely talk about it. Let me close share because for a second here while I pull up the.
Oh, you can tell Bruce is.
Hi Bruce. Can you hear me?
He's muted.
He's muted.
Oh, sorry. So I can't hear you. That being said, your case has been automatically approved, and I will be in contact with you tomorrow to send you the certificate of appropriateness. I still can't hear you for some reason. It might be on us. Let me see if the volume. Well, no, because I could hear D perfectly well.
Maybe have him type in comment.
If you want to type in a comment, I think you can do so. Let me check the security. Yeah. Yes, we are here. We are here. I can see you. I cannot hear you. Yeah, so we are here, but Yes, you are unmuted according to the screen, but for some reason, this is acting weird. Dee, can you say something? Is Dee here? Oh, she may have left. Eric or Chris? Yeah, I can hear everybody else. Okay, yeah. Bruce, I saw your message.
Can you hear me?
I can hear Chris, but I cannot hear Bruce. Bruce, yes, we will talk tomorrow. Have a lovely evening. You can stay if you want to and hear about historic preservation, but you are free to enjoy your evening. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's welcome to stay. It's a public bus.
Maybe the choice.
Yeah, but
So, what were we gonna say?
so I just wanted to
Oh, yeah, the
pull up
email.
the invitation with the
Yeah.
email because this actually looks really has a lot of potential for fun things. It's called, I'm just gonna share it from here because this is weird. I don't love sharing my emails, but I'll do it now. Okay. John, I'll forward it to you. It's titled, Will your city host a National Alliance of Preservation Commission Forum in 2026? The National Alliance of Preservation Commissions, the NAAPC, is calling for proposal to host our 15th biennial forum in the summer of 2026. The host city has the opportunity to demonstrate its innovative approaches to challenging local preservation issues and provide an interactive learning environment for forum attendees. The conference blends traditional educational sessions with dynamic discussion panels, mobile workshops, and tours to explore and learn from your local host location. And you can showcase your community on a national stage.
That's pretty cool.
So I think we have a really good case with the university has a pretty good conference center. We also have a conference center per se downtown. Bloomington is well known, has a history, and this is one of what brought me to Bloomington was its folklore program. I wanted to do a PhD in historic preservation, and when I was looking, that did not exist. It exists now, but it did not exist when I was looking to start that. So folklore brought me here for vernacular architecture, and vernacular architecture professors actually were some of the pioneers in our historic districts and a lot of the framework of how historic districts are. In other words, Bloomington has a lot of special things that we could share with the world, but we all know that. But sometimes we take it a bit for granted because we're always here. So
I think this is an awesome opportunity to showcase this community.
So we have until November 30th. We don't want to, we can learn a bit more about the process here. So I'll start looking at and this could be a good opportunity for another subcommittee.
Okay.
What's the average temperature for July and August?
It used to be nice.
Yeah.
You mean before or during the
Global warming.
Yeah. So wait till next week to fill that or not?
Actually, July and August are, I think, a really good time for a conference here because the students aren't quite here yet.
Right. There's a lot of conferences in the summertime here anyway.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Well, I know that the Ostrom event takes place every few years in Bloomington in summer. The Ostrom Institute?
Yeah, the new director just met.
You know, we haven't had green notice.
Ooh.
She's great.
Well, let me know if you want to pursue this. I'll be happy to help. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you send this out to all of us if you can?
Yeah.
The worksheet. I mean, you don't have to do it now, Gloria,
Yeah, but I'll need a reminder.
but. Like, we don't have anything on your table? Yeah, nothing to do.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I email myself. Yeah.
I find it, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do that.
Oh yeah, I usually don't open or reopen emails if even if I've read them, but I don't want to lose them. I reopen them and put a star and an asterisk and pin them.
Flashing lights.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so this I think is good, something that we can continue to like. All of this can be filled out, I think, pretty easily for any of us who have, just finding the data, inputting it.
We do have a historic hotel. IU, Middle Continuation Center. It's probably not designated historic, but it's old enough.
We have the Biddle. We also have the
Scholars.
Scholars Inn.
I thought
Oh, yeah.
Grant Street in, because
Yeah.
preservation work done
Yeah.
to save those buildings.
Oh, we have a few. We
Do you
have
have
a
the
few.
Showers.
Showers in.
Yeah, we have a few.
Yeah, showers in's pretty cool. It has the first shower. Really, literally,
Yeah,
they had the
literally,
first
yeah,
shower
yeah.
in Bloomington.
Yeah, it was the first
At the
family
showers
to
in-
have plumbing in Bloomington.
Yeah.
And have
I
they
thought you were
updated it
just pulling
since?
Huh? Of course.
It's historic plumbing.
It's a cool
Historic
house.
plumbing,
I
yes.
like that property.
Okay, so
Showers in
but the I guess the shower would be a
it's on
300
Washington
room.
and
Oof.
Grant. It's not.
Yeah,
Well,
that
300
would
rooms peak, so that's over all of it, isn't it?
It's a beautiful building. It's right on the corner. It's a yellow with
yeah.
beautiful white colors.
That could be
Oh,
more
the
the
showers in.
Yeah.
Which street runs?
My friends the Fierce own that property.
Yeah.
So then Washington, so it's gotta be up.
Let me see.
Oh,
Oh, between 10th and 9th?
you're right.
somewhere
Yeah,
over
retreat.
there, yeah. 9th, 10th, somewhere.
You're right. It's like 10th or
Yeah, but it's on Washington.
yeah.
Yeah. The Fierce are really big about historic preservation.
Yeah.
I mean, they restored. Ben Mitchell. I don't know, you don't know Ben Mitchell, but Ben was a big realtor in Bloomington for years. And he owned that house, and he took care of it, but really not do a lot of updates. And I mean, they went through. They spent between that and the Composer House $500,000, and that was 20 or 15 years ago.
Yeah, I worked on that project on the bread and breakfast. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you work Mike? Did you? I
With
think probably
Mike
worked
Fierce.
Dan.
Yeah, Dan and Mike.
Dan and Mike. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Good people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that place.
Oh, haha. I think this part we can talk about more. I think that this would be a matter of contacting various foundations and organizations, and see if that would be something. And still, like, we can fill it out, we can ask. We lose nothing by asking and by trying. And
Well, CFC is another big one in the
Right.
property restorations. I mean, although they're winding down because I've been noticing
Right.
that
It's a
they've been selling
different-
off a
yeah.
lot of their real estate. But
Well, there's Cook and there's
Yeah.
IU and
yeah,
Maybe
there's.
the
I mean, we
city.
could probably, probably meet that goal.
yeah, I think that
I think it's doable.
if those of you who have more fundraising expertise, we can meet and chat and figure it out because
Mhm.
yeah, that's where I could use help. Yeah, as a consummate introvert, that is where teamwork is good.
All I can say is no, Gloria.
That's right.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so
Retreat?
there's a few more things. Yes, retreat, very
I know. I
important.
keep getting on the retreat.
So retreat, we would have to find the main thing. I have a lot of ideas, and I'm sure that we can come up with a lot of ideas as well. But the main thing we need is a time and place. We have 4 people here. Maybe not all 13 can make it. but if a good 8, 9, or 10 people can make it, that would be ideal, so that we, all of you have that space is for you, more than anything else. Are there like specific months that you would like a cooler but not
Well, we
extra
need to get it
cool?
done yet this year, so I think before Thanksgiving.
So October-ish,
Yeah,
is that a
sometime
busy?
sometime in the fall, so that the people that are traveling for the summer
We'll be
are
traveling.
back.
Yeah, so let's look at October.
And
Well,
is there a place that some of you?
Was there like is it like a day-long thing? Is it a weekend? Like what
It's
is,
probably gonna be a day.
Yeah.
like
a
a weekday
like a full
versus
day?
like a Saturday?
John, you've
We've done in the past. We've done them on a weekday.
Okay.
Usually on a Friday. We've done in the past, and we've had various locations around town. A few years back, when I first came on, we did it at the building right up here, where the IU Press was.
Over here.
That building is going to get restored, I think, isn't it?
Which building again?
The IU Press.
The administration building?
Yeah.
It's being restored.
Yeah, that was a cool building.
I've heard it looks really cool inside.
It is. So it's got to be out there. So we can work on a place, maybe someplace historic
okay.
that could handle us.
Doesn't have to be big, because there's only a dozen of us at
Yeah.
most.
It could be any place small. I mean, I think we did it one year at, I know we did, at the historic house at 2nd in Washington. It's an IU property. We did a conference there. We did a retreat there several years back. And that was kind of a cool place. And
So
there
what
I
do you guys
find-
do in those retreats?
Huh?
What do you guys do in those retreats?
Well, we talk about historic preservation.
Okay.
we,
There's a theme, we have themes and.
and we've had people come in and talk to us
Mm-hmm.
in the past to give us presentations.
We kind of got to decide what we want to get out of
Yeah.
it, so that's a question, like,
Mhm.
think about
What
what
do
do
you
you
want
want
from it?
what do you want to get out of there, what are we doing well, what are we not doing well, I think it's a very reflective kind of.
So for continuing education, we do need to bring someone from the outside to talk to you, so that it counts for continuing education. That being said, so in that regard, the state, Steve Kennedy, who's the one who oversees our continuing, making sure that we are in compliance for the reports, they really encourage, and that's one of the things that a finding we had for our latest CLG audit was that we should have, it wasn't even like a bad finding, it was just like, we highly recommend that you return to having a retreat with or without additional continuing education. So the retreats can have multiple purposes. One of them is to look at future proposals for the HPC, such as updating your HPC manual, like what are your own bylaws? What do you want to see? What has changed? What has stayed the same? Potential ordinance work, ideas for things to spruce up the ordinances. Is the reality in 2023 very different from the last big major update? Fun activities, May Historic Preservation Month events for the future years that you might like to participate, or other community engaging ideas. And these are actually the things that I'm actually thinking of for us. Sort of like, hey, like the theme, touching base, post-pandemic, like where are we? Like, we sort of recentering ourselves as an organization. And another idea that I had, so this is kind of mostly Bloomington in-house, but not, sort of like upkeep for the commission, just shaking it up and like just seeing where we're at, checking in with ourselves and with the city. What do we want to see moving forward? Ideas for how do we want to manage things going forward. Like I looked at what other cities have done, such as combining 13 historic district guidelines into one. That is something that is being done in different parts, not without controversy. How to gain goodwill when we have very little we don't have a lot of currency, except that we're helping communities protect their patrimony, their assets, their culture. So like, what else can we do? Should we start charging for COAs and use that money to give window restoration prizes? Or awards for families to help offset the cost. I don't know, there's a lot of ideas, or giving just awards, a plaque for the best restoration of the year. There's a lot of fun, different things that the HPC can do, and that are in your power to decide, like, hey, this is the direction we want to go in. But then there's other things, like topics of like what is happening in Bloomington. If you want to go in a different direction, this is for you. So your concerns, where do you want to go? What is happening in Bloomington, and how can we, like, is it infill of giant new construction, and how does that impact smaller housing? Is it something about demolition delay, like, or is it about, hey, newer building typologies that are entering into the vocabulary because they are aging into the historic designation age.
Yeah, that's those bi-levels and tri-levels.
So like, there's so many different things, or like, is it like, are we gonna take a different look at how I don't know, we consider certain historic typologies, or how we look at materiality, such as what you're already doing with. So, for example, doing a report on the findings for your subcommittee, the roofing subcommittee, and other materials. So, talking about, we're seeing a lot of window changes, a lot of green stuff happening. So, where do you want to go with this? How do you want to work with the petitioners and with other communities on, I don't know, there's so many ideas that you can bring up, and that would help me also try to seek out somebody to come in and talk to you about, like, what do you want to hear about? So it could be a talk in the morning and a workshop in the afternoon, or vice versa, whatever works best. I think workshops are good in the afternoon because people get sleep. I get sleepy in the afternoon. So I don't know. Like, there's a lot of potential. I just wanted to. Well, John has been the one who's been, like, really getting the ball rolling on this. But now, like, I feel it's unfortunate that we weren't able to host a formal meeting and that we have so few people. But also, at least I'm getting some commissioners to talk about some of this.
Yeah. Good. Good. Let's see. Have we found anything else about the talk that Duncan's going to do?
Yes, so that's another one. The Nancy Hiller talk had been canceled. Duncan is in talks with Nancy's widower about a date that could work. The easiest way to go about this, and I still would need time in order to host this, really, I think it's a beautiful and important talk that should be given, and Duncan has poured his heart and soul into it, and so many hours into it. The easiest place that I can assure is council chambers on a Friday evening. People don't use it on that date very often. John Saunders wants the Busker Chumley. That might take a little bit more finagling, but
I think we should.
I think I or somebody wants to help me talk to them.
Yeah, I don't know who to talk to get the Chumley.
I have
John?
a friend who was on the board, but unless you got somebody current.
I think we know the folks over there. I'd have to talk to Economic and Sustainable Development, but I'm sure we know somebody over there.
What was her name, the director there? Danielle? Wasn't Danielle the director over there at the theater?
She was.
She's not there anymore.
Well, maybe we can put something together.
Would be nice.
It'd be really nice.
Yeah, so
Because I think Nancy, she wrote so many books about Craftsman housing, about everything.
You
Yeah.
know, the other
Super
venue
talented.
could be the Waldron Arts Center too.
You know, that's true too. The Waldron would be
She
another.
did that beautiful
Yeah,
entry
auditorium.
desk. Yeah, I mean that's another beautiful
Mhm.
venue too.
I mean, even for their conference, we could do that there. I mean, I don't know how it operates these days. I don't know if the city still has at the Waldron.
You mean conference
I
or
mean, the
a retreat?
retreat.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
I'm
like
sorry, I meant
the
retreat.
1,000 commissioners coming into the Waldron might be a lot.
Might be
But
overwhelming,
yeah.
but yeah.
Okay.
So we got some ideas, and you know, I don't know who to pursue, but if we can figure out who to pursue for the bus card, and get that lined up for a night, that would be awesome. Even if it's during the week, it would be a good thing.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I think I've mentioned most of there's always something else out there in the air, but I think this is kind of, I don't know, lots of food for thought, a lot of good, fun things in the air. If any of you have ideas of outreach events you would like to work with, it is one of my responsibilities to do outreach, and that's fun, but you know, commissioners, you're also kind of signed up for, it shouldn't just be COAs and demolition delays. So, yeah, they talk about walking tours and other stuff in the future. So anyways, do you think we're good?
I think we're good.
Thank you so much for the 4 of you for sticking around for a little longer.
Of course.
Well, that's because you got the best of the commissioners here.
Is that on the record, John?
We are.
Legal?
Yeah, we are.
Thank you, Gloria.
No,
Thanks,
thanks,
everybody.
thanks
Thanks,
all.
everybody, for coming this evening. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.